I'm going to talk about the fact now that Manchester United, according to the bookies, are second favourites behind Manchester City as Liverpool continue to slip. Liverpool now 25-1 to retain the title. And the reason I wanted to bring that up was it's the first time that you've been on, Craig, since Jurgen Klopp had that... I'm not even sure how you would describe it. Kind of attack the journalists after the game. It was something you tweeted about, and you said it was embarrassing. I heard you talking about it in the commentary again today.
Yeah, I think this guy has had more than enough plaudits and has deserved them, Jurgen Klopp. But quite frankly, I think his rhetoric and his behaviour this season has been disgusting. I mean, embarrassing, condescending. Look, I get it. I understand. It's not easy when you come out as a player or as a manager after a game, particularly a manager, when you're not playing well and when you've just been smashed by your biggest rivals for the last 3 years. I get that, it's not easy. And you've got to go and talk to the written press. And you've got to go and talk to the domestic TV and radio. Then you've got to do the foreign broadcasters. But guess what? Guess what? The reason you're able to bring in the Virgil van Dijks and the Alisons, and the reason you're in such a big salary, is because these people pile the money in. Domestic broadcasters and global broadcasters pile the money in so you can get paid the way you get paid, and so you can go and bring in big money players and enjoy elite level football. It's not too much to ask to go along and give somebody who's probably getting a minute, 60 seconds, 2 questions, and he made that clear, Jurgen Klopp. And I get it. You can be irky and you can be tetchy and you can keep your answers short. But you don't have to go along there and be condescending and rude, telling the guy, you're not even prepped for your job. It's 13 points. No, it's not. It's 10. And then he spends the next 30 seconds or 20 seconds saying, well, you had your second question already and you had 2. It's condescending and it's rude and it's not too much to ask. If he wants to give short answers,
right,
give short answers. But he's no better than the man at the bottom of the league that he has to go and talk to the broadcasters and fulfil his media duties, because these people pay the money that helps pay his wages and helps pay transfer fees and salaries. So why would he treat him any different or her any different to any other person? I thought it was rotten. And I'll tell you what, I think we're seeing this guy now in his true light. The mask has slipped because he doesn't need to do it, Dan. He's got enough money in the bank, and I don't mean in financial terms. I mean in terms of the results he's got.
Right.
Everybody knows Van Dijk's not fit. Everybody knows Matip and Gomez is not fit. Everyone knows that's difficult, right? Nobody's expecting him to win 20 games in a row with all these players out. No one. But maybe we can expect a bit of common decency when you're talking to reporters. And that's what that was lacking, common decency.
Shaka, what do you think?
Listen, so much of this kind of reminds me of that 95-96 season where Kevin Keegan kind of lost his cool, albeit in a very different manner, in front of the television cameras, and we were talking about that extensively just not so long ago. And the thing, and why I say it reminds me of that incident is because Jurgen Klopp, exactly like Kevin Keegan, normally so cool, calm, and composed with the press. They knew how to handle the press, happy to laugh and have a joke with them. And then all of a sudden, when the pressure really got turned up, things just seemed to flip. And that's what I'm seeing here with Jurgen Klopp, and albeit, again, a different circumstance, which makes it all the more surprising. With Kevin Keegan in 96, we were chasing what would have been our first Premier League title. Jurgen Klopp, as Craig put it, has capital in the bank. They're less than a season removed from being Premier League champions. They're just over a season away from being European champions. Now that you've got an injury crisis, which everybody can see and we know the reasons for, I don't see how Jurgen Klopp turns it in the manner that he does. The other side to that is, and this is what we experienced back in 96, if Klopp has this attitude in front of the cameras with journalists, you know it's also telling on the training park and it's affecting that dressing room, which is a huge concern because albeit the title might be well away from them, but they're still in a race for the top 4. And that dressing room has to remain focused on that and don't let that added pressure distract from what right now is their ultimate prize.
Frank?
Well, I want to go on the other side, you know. What was the meaning of that question from the journalist and where he wanted to go? He wanted to find the headline.
Frank, it was a straightforward question, wasn't it? Are you still in the title race?
Yes.
I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was niggly. I didn't think he was looking for a fight. It was a question that Klopp could quite easily have straight batted.
No, it's a lose-lose situation for Klopp in that matter, in that question. Because he says, he started with, you have 10 points behind, City, they have one game in hand. Do you think you can catch them up? It would have been stupid from Klopp to say, yes, we're going to give our best to catch them up. Everybody would say, well, that guy is insane. He lost his mind. There's no way he can catch them up. On the other side, if he says, maybe he should have said it in another way. But as Craig said, you know, when you go out from the game and you're quite upset with what you saw on the field, you have an answer where you say, "What? Why you ask that question? You want the headline? You know, of course it's over."
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.